Well, good morning, all you lovely people. Welcome back to Grumpy Old Git in the Corner on a Tuesday that is very overcast with about a 70% chance of rain. Well, after another lively live on Sunday, welcome back to Dan, Police Abuse and Powers. He's had some time away, which I've covered for him, and he was back Sunday. And yes, thank you to everybody that turned up in there. Well, bar one. But anyway, looks like an exciting week ahead, if I can put it that way. By exciting, I mean exposing is the word I should have used there, I suppose. With the idiot Jeremy Hunt giving his autumn statement. Which we have to call it now. It's not a budget or a mini budget, apparently it's called a statement. But and the COVID inquiry continues, the COVID 2.0 beyond Partygate. And yesterday we had Patrick Vallance up on there being questioned, who we know was the scientific advisor to the government all during lockdown and that particular period. Scientific advisor. You know, I finally worked out what that position means. It means he advises the scientists on what results to find that fits their narrative. That's the way I see it. But oh dear. So he said the science wasn't where it should have been in the government. Well, there shouldn't be any science in the government. You're here to rule the country, not be scientists. But, you know, they just picked up on numbers, modelling. I didn't really see any evidence that they produced that would warrant what they did. The only thing I think they missed out on, I mean, nothing was done quick enough anyway, and when it was done, it was the wrong thing. But I believe that we should have shut down our borders there and then. No flights in or out. And we wouldn't have been in such a state. But we knew it was coming, we knew it was going to go over us, and we knew it would eventually go away. But they couldn't see that. But he again is another one that was pointing the finger at everybody else bar himself. Particularly at Boris. Roland Rat was mentioned because obviously they were saying they'd not too bothered about deaths. And that is the thing. I mean, I know this inquiry isn't on far enough along to be included in this, but you know, there was very, very little concern from them over how many people would be lost, how many people would be lost in the future, and not even a mention of the ones we're losing now because of it, which we know is happening. Nobody's actually stood up and took responsibility for that. But this inquiry is exposing just how much they lied to us, just how much they panicked, just how much they got wrong. And it's going to expose eventually on how much money they wasted. I said it was going to take a few years before we found out any truths around this, and it looks like I was right. But I'm not going to go into it all on here. Obviously it's an ongoing thing. Daily I will post a link in the description to the whole Sorry saga. You know, if anybody's bored enough to go and watch it all through. But they do expose some very, very damning messages, and plenty of them. They're not hiding anything in this. They can't. It's all there. But now on to this one. Oh, sorry. My files are all over the place. I mean, this one, although the first one is probably more apt. I've got a file called Robbers and Thieves. His picture just seems to be in there most of the time. But again, tomorrow now. Is he going to rob us all blind again? I mean, we haven't got much more to give. In fact, a lot of us have got nothing more to give. We need more ourselves. But there's the hints again at tax cuts. Well, if there is, I can guarantee they're not going to be big ones. They're going to be a piss in the ocean to what we actually need. But you can guarantee, no matter what he gives with one hand, he's going to take with the other. And he'll do all of it with that evil, slimy grin that he has on his face. You know, you've only got to look at their faces to see what they think of us. You know, they're just evil. But, you know, there may be a small carrot dangled. But it looks like pensions could end up getting robbed again. And absolutely, they're saying there's going to be a purge on benefits. To the point where they're going to want to be able to have access to your bank account, to look in it on a monthly, weekly, bi-weekly basis, to see what's been going on in your bank. See if there's any deposits other than what the benefits pay. And they will absolutely be able to see what you're buying with your benefits. And where do you think that's going to lead? Oh no, you can't buy that. So we'll deduct that from your next check, from your next lot of benefit. Because you shouldn't have that. And it's not just the incoming money they'll be looking at. The outgoing, the incoming, any money that's gone in there. If any of your family decide they want to help you out by putting a little bit of money in your bank, that will be questioned and probably deducted from your benefits as well, because they'll class that as an income. And no matter what you do, as soon as they've got access to your bank account, boom, there will be stoppages everywhere. Believe me. The country is broke. They've got to find some money. They've spent all their money on war and propaganda and helping people other than us. So I can see where that's leading. I mean, they've already blatantly lied to us about the figures over the economy. That's just to make themselves look good. And I do believe that all this is a forerunner, obviously, to a possible election next year. Now, I've already gone into this and I've said why and how MPs are leaving, swapping parties, because it can't be done immediately. There's a cooling off period. So those that are jumping ship now, they'll be free to take a new position in May. Where those that get sacked or leave next May won't for 6 months. It's in the parliamentary rules. But yeah, I mean, the whole story they're giving us is just fantasy. It's nothing but lies. You know, they're that deluded that they think they're actually stopping the boats. They've never stopped the boats. They never will, but they think they are, and have thought so for a couple of years. That's how deluded this government is. They actually think they're achieving everything that they set out to do by absolutely failing miserably at every single fucking one of them. And we can see it rolling out in front of our faces. And they think we don't see through the lies. Backs up what I say. It just shows how deluded these elites are. But I'm going to leave it there for today, folks. I have got things to catch up with. I've got quite a few emails coming in, actually, which is very encouraging. Some of it is reports of things. Some things I do pick out, some things I don't. I don't rely on it because I like to look for myself without being rude. Yeah, you can't rely on anything you see or what you get sent. But thank you very much for your support over the last few weeks while I've been covering for Dan. It has been amazing. Everybody has been so respectful. That was the nicest thing to see. But until tomorrow, as I always say, stay safe, stay strong, and stay absolutely free from these fucking idiots spreading this fear. Respects, guys.